What's your name?
You, do you want me to say Sunny or do you want me to say my real name?
Your real name.
Okay. Yasser Nassar.
How long have you been here?
I've been here about 26 years. Yeah.
And what's your ethnicity? Where do you live?
I was born in Pakistan, Lahore, Pakistan.
Awesome. And how long have you been here? You said about
26 years. Yeah.
Okay. And our main concern in our topic is basically Arabs. How do you define an Arab?
I think it's more of like a culture and background where they've been raised, where they've been what they've been taught. Mostly in the Middle Eastern area, I believe.
Okay. And what is the Middle East to you?
It's quite big than what a lot of people think. I think it stretches from, you can say, from eastern Afghanistan to about Israel.
About
And
Israel?
to go about down south to about Egypt and even far as, you can go a little bit to Libya. So it's in that area.
Okay. And how do you feel the impact as far as you being Middle Eastern and being Muslim living in Utah? How do you think it diversifies yourself and identifies yourself? How do you feel in this community?
I feel pretty welcomed. I've never had any major issues like with anyone face to face. I believe that a lot of people have questions and they're more, they just don't have the information that they need, the education that they need. So usually I have a lot of curiosity more than any hatred or anything like that.
Speaking of that, as you know, that I spoke with you earlier regarding that there was an incident after 9/11 that you had here at your business, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't mind, if you can just kind of tell us a little bit about that and how you felt a little bit violated or, in a sense, just enlighten us on what you think what happened.
Yeah, it was I think September 13th. Someone firebombed the restaurant. I felt violated for sure. I felt anger. I felt a lot of emotions. I couldn't explain it. It was just kind of like, what to do next. I just didn't want people to think that we were somehow charged with this. We were the ones that are doing this. So at the first moment I wasn't really concerned about our safety issues or people going to be discriminating us or anything. It was more of like I wanted to see if my family was okay and our restaurant is okay. So we went off of that, and then after that I did a lot of interviews, and a lot of people, like I said, it comes back to what I was saying before. A lot of people were curious. They had they didn't know what our faith is, what kind of people we are, where we're from. So it's because of just a lack of knowledge that happened. But after that happened, we had the church call us. We had sisters and elders. They came to our restaurant to support us, to show their support. And literally, we had there was no place to stand in this restaurant, inside or outside. We just had people just coming by to just not even to get food, just to say their condolences, and it's kind of like. So that's why I think that Utah is by far a better state.
So do you?
A lot of people have been influenced by the Mormon religion. They were not necessarily all Mormons, but the Mormon religion teaches peace and tranquility and to love each other, and we totally felt that on September 14th. So we totally felt that for like a week until now. We have people coming in, and we've never had any issues. I mean, there's always a few, and I think Utah is growing, and Salt Lake City is growing. They're getting much more diverse people, and those diverse people have a little bit more knowledge about faith and other ethnicities, and so sometimes they have conflicts, and so I think that right now we're doing okay. I don't think there's any issue in Utah that's prejudice or discrimination.
How do you feel about people who are extremists and who do kind of give that perception of us being that third world country, and those lack of intelligence people who are in Taliban and terrorists?
They don't know the whole picture. They believe what they've been taught, and it does come down to education. They have not been educated towards the West, towards cultures of the West. We live here. We still are intact with our roots. We don't forget our culture. Every once in a while we will do what's not normal to what's back there, but it doesn't mean that's necessarily wrong. So they've been taught basically what to do and what to say and how to feel.
And do you feel prejudice here? Do you feel like people are prejudiced and the lack of knowledge that you say, does it affect your business or you in any way?
I could have said that maybe before September 11th, but I think in the past decade or so, a lot of people have opened up, a lot of people have learned. There's more awareness of Arabs, Middle East, our religion and everything, so I don't think that right now I don't feel any prejudice, and I didn't feel anything before that either. So, but if anything, I'd say that people are a little bit more knowledgeable about what we feel, what we believe in.
What do you think about Arab women and women, who are Muslim?
I don't know what you're like in which way, as into their
a lot of
clothing,
people
the
think
way
that they're
treated.
deprived. They think that they're oppressed. It's not even, I'm saying, thinking. I don't know. So that's why we're asking you: is do you feel they're oppressed? Do you feel like
There are most definitely some women that are oppressed, and I could say the same that there are women that are oppressed here in America also, and there are women oppressed everywhere. It's just sad that that's what the community and the media, they take that from the religion, and it has nothing to do with the religion. So a lot of people oppress their wives here, and they can be Christians or Mormons or Buddhists, or they can be from any faith, any culture, any background, but they don't necessarily say, hey, this guy's from China, or this guy's from the Middle East, or from Africa, or anything. He oppresses his wife. I know a lot of people that are from Africa, they're Christians, and it's the way their culture was raised. They can treat their women to stay home and just do whatever they want, And the Middle East, that's the big picture. So every negative thing that they're gonna see about it, whether it's about the religion or about the culture or the way, they're gonna just pick on that. So I don't believe that there's anything, we don't treat women in a bad way or anything like that in our religion.
So do you think in other states, like bigger cities, maybe Chicago and New York City, that there was more of a retaliation than like in Salt Lake City?
Yeah, I believe so, because they said that Muslims did this and everything, and they're basically, I think in the bigger states, they're just kind of fed up with to just see the faith over and over again. There's more Muslims and more mosques and more masjids in other bigger states, and maybe it's just kind of like it's kind of like a poster almost, like of something that you don't want to see. So they kind of see that every day, and they kind of just maybe fuels a little bit of a fire in them, and maybe causes them to retaliate and be more discriminative towards those people. But here in Utah, it's our religion and our people are really small. It's growing, but I think that at the pace that it's growing, and plus where we live, I think it'll evolve into much a nicer relationship between each faith.